hard moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga...
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let us bring you something here while we try to share on the Vera platform. So again, I want to welcome each and every one of you. And as usual, we ask that you please hit us the share button. You please share with friends, please share with family members, so that we can have some wonderful, very, very wonderful time, please. I want to welcome all of you. All of you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We want to thank you. And please do us a favor by hitting for us the share button, please. Hit for us the share button, and let's get ready. Let's get started, and let's do this together, please. Let's do this together. So let's bring in some of this clip.
Jobs on Facebook, we fighting joy. The reason why they comment, the reason why you seen it. The entire country has concluded that it is a government official policy to sell drugs. Nobody wasting their time lighting it on Facebook, we fighting joy. The reason why they comment, the reason why you seen a job, the government fighting drugs. But you forgetting that the people going other people are fighting drugs. When they see again coming in Liberia in America, what are they doing in America? God forbid, when they see us say it repeated over and over. Some of us that what discussing a drug issue, we're gonna be looking the entire country has concluded that it is a government official policy to sell drugs. Nobody wasting their time lighting it on Facebook, we fighting drugs. The reason why they comment, the reason why you seen a job, the government fighting drugs. But you forgetting that the people going other people are fighting drugs. When they see again coming in Liberia in America, what are they doing in America? God forbid, when they see us say it repeated over and over. Some of us that what discussing a drug issue, we're gonna be looking you say people fighting drugs? You say people fighting drugs? The entire country has concluded that it is a government official policy to sell drugs. Nobody wasting their time lighting it on Facebook, we fighting. Nobody wasting their time lighting it on Facebook.
So again, welcome all of you. The reason why you see the share button issue. One of the major issues we had in Liberia members. Let's get ready. Let's get started, so that we bring you what we are supposed to bring you, please. Just do us a favor. That's one of the reasons they are afraid. So just do us a favor. Hit for us the share button. Let's get started. Let's get ready. And to bring you the information that we are supposed to bring you.
Presented. You dress properly, you sit properly, you talk properly. You know what I mean? And what we like to call that name, because when they hear
in places like Romania, successful, all these people in Romania.
So welcome to all
other nations.
For us the share button. We are also doing the same. Before we can begin, there is a need for us to share to almost all of people. So again, we urge you to please do us a favor. Hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members, and let's all of us have a wonderful, a very wonderful time. very wonderful time. Please do us that.
At Global Hospital first.
Do us that favor. Let's see. Let's get ready. Let's get started. So let's bring you what we are supposed to bring you while we are sharing. Yeah.
Not have the time to really come on to pass on.
All right. So that's it. That's it. We have it right here. That's it. We are grateful to be here again. So let's just, go ahead, join us. Let's share to as many people as we can share to. While we are trying to do the sharing, let's bring you this while this is playing, and then we'll use the occasion to share. So again, we want to say welcome to all of you. Just let's do this
Or to be able
while
to
we
really
get
expand on
situated.
it, in an
We'll
elaborate
bring you
manner, another
the
different level
information.
in Liberia. In working with certain people as it
So
relates to this
again, let's
sharing or
join us,
working
share.
with
Let's be
Rego
ready.
Como,
And we are going to have with us,
the immigration
a special
boss,
guest. Yeah.
the LDEA
So
boss,
please do us that
and
favor.
other higher ups of the security apparatus
Welcome to all of you. Welcome to
about
all of you.
this issue
Let's
of
cheer so that
drugs.
we can get ready.
They are not saying that they will now work with the government. They are not saying that they can now work with the government, but they are saying that there are individuals that they are not comfortable working with because they believe that by working with this individual one way or the other,
welcome to all again.
the
Just hit for us the share
investigation
button
might
while
be
we share behind the
compromised.
scene.
Mr. Bueka received that communication from
so now we can go
our
ahead.
international partners who
we have shared, and
they
we
sent.
can now go ahead. So let's use this time first of all to welcome each and every one of you in a special way. Let's go to our live feed as we welcome our people. Let me see. All right, so again, we want to welcome all of our people that have joined us in a special way. We want to say welcome to Don Melo. Thank you so much, Don Melo, joining us there from Ganta, Nimba County. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Blessing Daniel, how are you? My lovely Blessing Daniel, joining us there from Yekipa. Thank you so much, joining us from Yekipa. I want to say welcome to Legion Pivot. Thank you so much, Legion, joining us there from the YouTube channel. You are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you. We want to use this time to also welcome our own sister, Hawa Tote. How are you, sis Hawa? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. I want to use this time to welcome Daniel. Thank you so much, Blessing, for your presence here. I want to welcome Harris Hali, joining us there from Uganda. Harris Hali joining us from Uganda. I want to welcome Mercy Tia. Mercy Tia is joining us here from Canada. Says Mercy Tia, thank you for joining us from Canada. Thank you so very kindly. Mo Bayo, joining us from a new location, Mount Barkley, from Mount Barkley. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you who are joining us, Dolo Kruma, thank you so much for your presence, joining us from the Police Academy. We want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. We do appreciate you. And all of you, as time goes by, I know people are joining us from all over the world. And as time goes by, we'll definitely recognize your presence. But again, generally, we want to say welcome. We are grateful today, fellow Liberians, that we are going to have with us some of our very, very strong voices. These are people who are charged with the responsibility, or they are best situated to give us some of the information that we need in the most simplest way And they've been doing exceptionally well by informing our people, by ensuring that the information go wide and far. And these are some of the people that are able to, disseminate the information properly. Because, like someone said, if you've been in the seat, if you've been there, you know how to talk about it. So we are grateful that we have with us our own brother. For the sake of the discussion, we'll call him, the crown monk. Or maybe he would like to introduce himself. Sometimes people like the alliance name. But want to welcome our own brother. Welcome, Chief. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having me on the podcast. My name is I'm Cramon, and I'm known by that through social media and other social handles. But my real name is Emmanuel Igbato Jr. and I'm here for Legal and Governmental Affairs, Montserrat Youth League CDC. I'm grateful for the opportunity of being here.
Thank you so very kindly. It's a privilege, bro, that we have you here. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for Montserrat County. Especially trying to see how best you can be able to keep that, county in place relative to our own party. We appreciate you. We salute you and your team. You guys are doing exceptionally well. Thank you so very kindly. We followed everything that you are doing, and it's a privilege for us to have you on the platform. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this will be your first appearance, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I want to say welcome and thank you so much for joining us. We've also been joined by the Honorable Dogayu, who actually this platform is his platform, and we are just filling in for him because sometimes, the busy schedule causing sometimes to not be here. So what we are doing here, we are filling in for him and many others. So, Honorable Dogayu, I don't know if I should say welcome to your own platform, but Chief, welcome to your people.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, my dear brother Prince Sharif. Thanks for the work you do. Your consistency has no equal. You've been doing this for more than a decade, and I positively envy your energy, your time, your resources you've deployed. We got no pay for you. God will pay you. The Liberian people are watching. They know you, they believe in you, they respect you. So thanks for everything. And welcome to our dear brother Emmanuel, aka Cranmore. He's very diligent, hardworking young man, very prolific, very consistent, knows the issue, understands the issue. I just share in some of our chat room and inviting some of our brothers, and then he click on, thanks for clicking on that link, Mr. Mon. I hope this will not be your first and the last. We need more analysts and panelists on this program, and I deliberately stay away because we want to get young people the platform to make themselves known within the CDC. Within CDC, we are not savage. We create opportunity for young people to showcase their talent, and I think you're one of the best talents, one of the smartest brains within our party. So we appreciate your presence here. And so I've been away for a little while. I was on a family sabbatical for almost 2 months. I just got married, and I did that in opposition. Not when we use government money. They wouldn't want people to to wrongly perceive our desire to get our family. So that's why I've been away for a little period of time. But we are back with our bare hands, wholly energized to engage the regime, engaging to the fullest. So, Prince, we are happy to be on this evening edition of the show, and we are here to follow your lead, my dear brother. Thank you very much, and thanks to all of you following. Please share this podcast. Let it go far and near. Let the news go wide and wide to the widest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dogayu, and it's a privilege, especially when your little that you do, your insignificant that you do is recognized by, people. I am very grateful and I'm humble. Thank you so very kindly. So we want to start our discussion first of all by asking our brother Emmanuel, for the sake of the discussion, we're going to use the Crown Monk. We want to ask our own brother, the Crown Monk, generally tell us how is the situation, in Liberia, in Mosurado County. You are on the ground and you have your ears, your eyes everywhere. How is the general situation in Liberia? I mean, as far as Moserado County is concerned, somebody will say that is the pillow, or that is the cradle, or that is the mitochondrium of the entire political discussion that where it emerges from. So how is Liberia, generally speaking? Let's just ask you on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. And Moserado is a very toxic space, to be honest. For the past few days, apart from just the drugs issue, there has been numerous of issues across the county where, if you are on social media, you observed a few days ago that there was a tussle between marketeers in Radiant Market and PPCC. That has been a very serious problem where they try to deprive people the right of hustling and selling to where they normally do their businesses to get ends meet for they and their family. And to be very honest, for the past 1 to 2 years, the government has become very unpopular in Moserado. Everywhere on the walls of Moserado shows that the government has failed the people, that the government is been run by few people who are just concerned about getting wealth and erasing themselves. So the people are speaking out. When you follow Facebook again, like I said, there has been numerous of opinion pools where people took the microphone to the marketplaces in Waterside, in Duara Market, across other counties, and people are speaking out for themselves. You can see the bitterness in the people's faces as you walk in the streets of Monrovia and Moserado. You see that people are angry. You see that the government is very unpopular in the country and in Moserado. So that's the happening, and that's the current situation of the country. It is
Thank
a
you.
tense one. It is a tense one. It is a tense one, and if you are following, you will know that the people are really, really, really angry with this government.
Thank you so kindly for that particular overview. Thank you so very kindly. Uh, Honorable Dobayu, I am very sure that you might not be, in Liberia currently, but you have your ears, your eyes, and everything in Liberia. People are reporting on a daily basis. You are also calling people from, I mean, around Liberia, just everywhere, because you serve in one of the most serious capacity, in the party, and also you've worked, in government. So you have friends all over. I mean, you have friends, you have colleagues, you have people you communicate with. What is the news you are getting? I mean, generally, how are they? I mean, the information that are coming from our people. What is your own take or own perspective relative to Liberia? I mean, what is the news that you are getting?
Well, the news that we are getting it lays in the neighborhood of the news that was just summarized by Brother Emmanuel Cramon. The news we are getting is news of the state being in a state of delusion, in the state of turmoil, in a narcotic state. That's the news we are getting. The news we are getting is a news of confusion, a news of a full family being wholly conflicted in the just crisis. That's the news we are getting. The news we are getting is the news of absolute and acute corruption. It is the news of deception, the news of lies, the news that the civil servant now, his pay is not enough, for he and his family. That's the news that September is coming. Parents are they are hungry, they are mad, they are worried, as to where to get money from to put their children back to school. That is the news we are getting. The news we are getting is the news of segregation, where the first family, the workers, his sons, and everyone surrounding the inner circle of decision making are beclouded with the importation of cocaine. The marketeers everywhere, people know the news. They know that the president is doing lip service. So it is a news of sadness, the news of people being extremely frustrated, a news of uncooked disappointment. That is the news I've been getting, and from my family, from my friends, from my students that I taught in Crawford, in BJ Harry, in Crawford, in AMU, and other universities around our country. That is the news that I have been getting. And to validate that news, On my recent trip to Liberia, when I've come to get married, I saw it. I saw absolute destitution in the eyes of people on Broad Street. I saw it. I saw people in the market. What aside? Everyone is making business, nobody to buy from anybody. That is the news. It's the news of extreme sadness, a news that require redemption. That is the news we've been getting, my dear brother. That is the news.
Thank you so very kindly for that overview. We want to also welcome our brother Frank. My brother Frank, you are welcome. Frank is one of our panelists here. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Honorable Prince.
Now, generally, I know you have family, you have friends back home, they communicate with you, and etc. Just give us, in a synopsis, an overview of what you are gathering from Liberia. What is the news from back home? I mean, what are you getting from back home? What are people telling you? I mean, how are things? Just give us an overview of what you are getting from back home, sir, before we can enter our discussion.
Thank you so much, Brother Prince. I think the news I'm getting from back home is citizens are concerned about the happening in the country, especially when it comes to the drug issues. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
When it comes to the drug issue, even though there are other issues going on, and but the main issue here is the drugs. So citizens are concerned and just waiting for 2029 because at this point they have to live with it. They can't really do anything. They have to bear whatsoever circumstances come on their way because our citizens have made a decision to put this current government in. It was citizens' own will, that they decided not to support the former president. It was their own will that they chose the government that they have today, that they are dealing with today. So they are saying they are living in a country today where they can't even speak on the reality of what is happening in a country. Nobody can speak about the drugs issue within a country. If anybody is to speak, you have to be outside of the country. If you are in a country and you try to speak about it, you'll be intimidated by police. You'll be harassed by police just for speaking about it or just for asking, even authority within the government that need to deal or handle the issue of drugs and so forth. So that is what's going on in the country with other complex situation that is going on.
Thank you so much. I want to start this conversation with our brother Cram Monk. Today, Liberians all over the world, especially those who are very, very particular and following what is happening in Liberia, saw a communication that was not surprise per se, but it was a bit shocking because this was something that should have happened long time ago, and he was even prevented by the government to not, or basically by the president to not resign. But today we saw a communication from the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. To be specific, the ORC, that is the officer in charge of the LDEA, sent a letter, and that letter was sent to the Justice Minister of the Republic of Liberia, asking that he be recused from the process of investigation involving this particular issue of the almost $1 billion drugs and also the underestimated 15 million that was reduced to $19.2 million drug saga. And before this particular communication, we've been hearing from the grapevine that the ORC from the very onset, because of his, involvement, wanted to have resigned. He was prevented. But we saw this communication out and told the justice minister, is this a concern? I mean, from you, from others, from people who you are hearing, does this ring any bell? Is this something that Liberians should be concerned about, or it should just be one of those issues where the man resign? He recused himself. He recused himself. What is your take, my brother Emmanuel? What is your take on this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. And what I would say to that is, It is no secret that the guys in power are a bunch of rascals. It is no secret that they thrive on propaganda to succeed. And it is no secret that they are not honest about the fight against drugs. And I said this to say, for example, the ORC of DEA has long been accused before even today. He threatened to have resigned from government, and the government thing was, if he resigned, it would send a picture that they are protecting certain people in the government for the fact that they don't want to prosecute these people. It is the reason why the director of DEA resigned. Not knowing that he has prompted this and he has seen this way beyond today, and he knows his involvement with the drug issue in the country that have pushed him to resign. So his resignation has sparked off a whole lot of misconception. It has even opened up our eyes to the broader fact that yes, indeed, this drugs things is not just what we see on the surface. And you are aware that Biako was recommended by Gregory Coleman, the deputy for Operation Patriot Council, was also recommended by Gregory Coleman. So an attempt for Biako to be entrapped in this drug issue means Gregory is involved. So smartly, what the government did that we discovered was to tell Biako, do not resign, but step aside. And then when you step aside, the president will issue a statement of investigation. And with that, we can do cover up. But the Liberian people are not stupid. We are seeing that clearly. We know the bigger picture that are involved in this particular drug case. So you cannot deceive us with a decision to step aside. Stepping aside does not mean you are safe. So it is a tactics. For me, I think it is a tactics from them to have Biako stepping aside so that he don't resign and spark up tension because the government is already losing the just fight.
No,
They are losing.
Ahead, please.
They are losing the just fight, and they are fighting hard to come back. So you found out that the president is even going after Civil 7 to dismiss them and print a picture that the president is taking action in the issue surrounding drugs, which is very unfair to the Liberian people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's come to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, you saw the communication out there. The LDEA, ORC officer in charge, has recused himself, not resigned, has recused himself from the process. He don't want to be in the investigation, even though he was from the very onset was part of the 50 million underestimated 19.2. He was part of from the very beginning. This $1 billion. Now he's saying that I'm going to recuse myself so that people can go ahead and conduct the investigation. What is your take on this communication? How you see it? Do you think it is fair enough, or do you think it's just a smoke screen or charade that is played by the regime to cover up? What is your own take? Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you so much, Brother Prince. You see, let me start with this phrase. You cannot use someone else's teeth to smile. Never. You can only use what you have to smile, even if you don't have some, right? You stay smart and let people say you have no teeth in your mouth, but you cannot use anybody's teeth to smile. That is what's happening to this government. Now, what is going on now is they all have been caught with the whole drugs issue. Now, is he resigning because he has been accused? Because I know in the United States here, or even in the developed world, if such a thing happen, you resign if you have been caught, if there have been evidence.
So he's recusing himself. For just a correction, he's just saying that I don't want to be part of this investigation, even though he stay in the position, but he's just saying that I don't want to be part of this investigation. So just go ahead so that we all can be on par.
Even as that, right? That alone is sending a signal that he's hiding something. If you are not guilty, why are you resigning? If there's not something to hide, why are you resigning? All right, why investigation is still going on? I mean, you keep your job. If police is coming to your office or to your house to investigate you, you have nothing to hide. You have nothing absolutely to hide from the police or to hide from the government. You keep your job. I mean, it is allegations going on. So why you want to resign? Why would I want to resign from the position that I know within myself I did not do, from an accusation that is going on, right? I know I did not do. I'm waiting for the police to come. In fact, if someone accused me, I would be the one to call the police to tell the police, come and investigate me. Come and search my house. Come and search my office and things. But I am not going to resign upon things that I did not do or I don't know about. But let's say this. He should have resigned at an earlier stage when a government official that we all know in the past that said from the executive branch to the judiciary or the legislature, higher government officials are involved within a drugs issue. At that time, the 19 million or 300 million issue have not yet come out. He should have resigned at that time because there was already fire in the hole. But what I want to get here is, Brother Prince, you see, this whole cocaine issue or this whole drugs issue that is going on, right? Something have just come to my mind. Under no circumstances, anybody would tell me the president of the Republic of Liberia, so to speak, does not know about this drugs issue. The president is 100%, 200%, 300% aware of this drugs issue. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the president himself tried to cover up. Now, this reminds me, when this president was at that bar, where they said he went to go see his son sinking. Look, these people, the reason why they allowed the president's son to sink, right? It was to cover up for the Liberian people to say, right? Or for people to say, oh, he went to that particular location because his son was performing. He went to that particular location because his son was performing. That's why he went to that particular location. But the issue here is he went there, right, to carry on a deal of drugs.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, I want to say welcome to my brother Detroit. Thank you so much. Our brother Detroit is one of the panelists here and been doing exceptionally well. We appreciate your effort and everything that you do. Let's hear from you, my brother. This communication is up. You know, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, ORC, officer in charge, sent in a letter today to recuse himself. He said, well, you know, I'm recusing myself from the pending investigation. I'm the ORC stable, and I want to be part of the investigation. You're taking me from there. Even though he started it, and you know, he was part of the entire process, but he is now saying that me and I want to be part of the investigation. Let me drive back. Let all of people come in. What is your take on this communication, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Brother Prince. And the followers, once again, my friends in here, Dubo, you actually have to share this video. Prince, let me say, you please have to share the video. Let me say something. I told people here on the platform, the Unity Party now on damage control. They sending all that stools, all this in that control now to play on the Liberian people. We're not stupid yet. Like one whistleblower said it. Kwekwe said it, senior government official. They gotta say you will stand aside for the investigation. Let me tell you something, at low level people then. We're talking about senior government official. You think we're stupid here? You play a video here concerning that whistleblower. He says there's a lucrative business. Prince, I told you the reason why the Unity Party got involved in the drugs business. They don't have money. The government struggling, they poor. I've been preaching there from day one. I said I've been blackballed. A lot of people getting to know now 3 years into the presidency, into Joseph Barker presidency, they have been blackballed. They just want damage control. They sending Martin Corley there, all these things, Henry Costa, and they're talking about joint diversity. So damage control they own now. They're here in the cookie jar. They painted red in the international community. Prince, I live in Europe here. I told you something here. They can make no money from Europe here. They can. Let the the followers say, let the followers think later on. Since the people came to power, what happened to the country? The question I'm always asking followers here, are you people better or not? We have video concerning Stanton Waterspoon. They asking that same question on its own platform. On its own platform, you destroy them. They're not better. The country not better off than George Weah says here. No, they lied. They came to power. They were pushing the drugs in that country. They want our CDC in every form. They come in near my gate. All kind of story until they own damage control. All these people they bring into the Liberian people, not the real people. The cover all they're doing. Shivers cover all ever in our history before. They joins a big cover all they're doing. In our history since 1847, we have 179 years. We have never seen this kind of thing before. A president of government, your whole government tinted with cooking story. When it's a senior government official, you bringing nobody to justice. You call it none of them name. You just breaking kekele. Me, I call it kekele. You breaking small people to fool the Liberian people. But they cannot fool the Liberian people. Until the president, until they make and they sacrifice somebody. If the president is serious, then you reshape his government. Then you sack people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Honorable Doba, you have perused this communication. In fact, this communication is from on your page, a very authentic one that has no, any dint on it, so that our people can see. What is this communication that we are looking at? The officer in chief of the LDEA, who is charged with the responsibility to take siege of these matters in terms of investigations, because that is his area, it falls directly under his jurisdiction. And the ORC sent out a communication saying that, he wants to be recused from this process. And he sent this communication to the Justice Minister. Stop that. He sent it to the Justice Minister, and the Justice Minister had to forward it to the President. What is it that we are seeing? Are you concerned about this? Let's hear from you, sir. What is your take on this?
Thank you. Again, it's nice to interact with my dearest brother from Belgium, brother Detroit Women. Thank you so kindly for being on the show. So that communication is a trash. That communication is a mirage.
Yes.
That communication is a function of criminal mind. In criminal justice, there's something we call the atus reus and the mens reus, the criminal mind and the guilty mind, right? Now, before going into the merit of this communication, let's first dissect the administrative inaccuracy and calculated procedure errors within this document. Now, just the first paragraph of this. If you have the document, I want you to read the first paragraph in that communication. Just read the first paragraph, so that the audience will follow and know that we don't lie, we don't fabricate. We preach logic and ideas. So just read the first part. Let me perforate it step by step.
Yeah, the first paragraph say, I respectfully request authorization to temporarily recuse myself from the functions of Officer in Chief of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, that is the LDEA, pending investigation into an allegation that I received a Toyota pickup vehicle from an individual allegedly associated with a drugs trafficking organization. That is the first paragraph.
So the first thing, the last part is also questioning the government, right? The government has arrested that individual. Now the officer in charge is saying from an individual allegedly, he's trying to separate, his belief from what the government believes. That's what that last part is saying. Because if he truly believes that guy is a just leader, he will not be saying allegedly. He will be directly demonstrated in pointing out that guy. That's the first thing about that last part. The first thing about that whole paragraph is this: the officer in charge, as per our governance culture, as per the power attorney. When we go to the election, in the minds of the framework of the Constitution, everyone cannot exercise power and authority at the same time. So we go to a pool and we vest our constitutional and inalienable authority in one person, the presidency. We vest it into you. and you act on behalf of us. That's what make you the head of government, head of state, and the office and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. 3 different positions one man occupy, because all of the citizens gave you that authority. It is that authority that you transfer to another person to execute, because you're not omnipresent. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. Given this premise, it was a president who, in the circumference of the law, exercised his constitutional authority to vest that power in Biako and say, go and act as officer in charge. So that was a presidential authority given him. This is the inaccuracy, my dear brothers. How can the officer in charge, in his squad desire to think he can pursue everyone, he goes and asks the justice minister? I thought the justice minister was appointed by the president. The justice minister did not appoint you. Why will you be requesting the justice minister of the authority to recuse yourself? Are we listening? Are we listening to the logic? The justice minister cannot dismiss you. The justice minister did not hire you. It's like you were hired by the HR. HR hire you. Anything but dismissal and firing is the HR. Then leave from there, you go to janitor, you go tell them say, oh, I'm resigning from the job. It's not a vote. It's not a vote. So the officer in charge is purported recusal. For me, it's unacceptable, because it is a strategic, decision made by them. It is a calculated attempt to maneuver and lie to the Liberian people while the man still takes a pay, while he still works. And that conversation was a backstage conversation presided over by Mr. Bwaka. They told him what to do, because they know when you hold push you hold rope. So this whole play, this whole the melodrama is an orchestration and a function of Joseph Yuma Bwaka. They are playing on the Liberian people's mind. And my argument is start to the sweat and on bending logic that Mr. Bwaka, he says he's the decision maker. Mr. Bwaka, he prides himself as the president who takes the decision. Did he need to wait until Biako say, oh, Mr. Justice Minister, why is it Biako did not go to the executive marshal? So there are 2 questions that we're asking. Did Mr. Bwaka have to wait until that man request, the Justice Minister, then Justice Minister carried a letter to him? Who does that in a serial, narcotic warfare? We are in a narcotic warfare. The state is drowning. Our nation has been clouded with the bad image of cocaine, trafficking everywhere. We are the New Colombia in West Africa. The reincarnated Colombia is Liberia. And the president there, pussyfooting, gallivanting, and cherry picking his movement. All the other people in suspended. Was there any allegation against them? No. But it reached somebody who was appointed by Gregory Como. I come to Gregory Como. Now, the reason why Joe Bwaka and others are playing game, he has reached the Waterloo. Because if they do not ask strategy of Biako will not go down alone. So Biako doesn't want to go down alone. Bwaka is entangled. And just today, the Americans are in the country. The American, they had a meeting with Joseph Bwaka. They gave Joseph Bwaka the names of those who are involved in the whole trust trade. They gave him a historicity. Everybody at the time, the 2 sons' names were called. Bwaka broke down in tears when Bwaka got to know that the police director, his sons, and other top senior advisors are involved. Joseph Bwaka broke down in tears. The real issue now is his wife, Katumu Bwaka, has resisted that none of our children will be arrested. That is the real issue. I challenge Mr. Bwaka and the regime to dispute this. The Americans have disclosed that they gave the names of you know. Mr. Bwaka is conflicted. Mr. Bwaka is conflicted. Let me tell you this. Do you know that car? I don't want to talk about it. When what Martin doing that car, I can tell you the historicity of that car. That car was given to Biako when this guy called Brown, this Michael Brown guy, there's a guy called Brown. The guy that was in jail, that was a drug dealer in jail that they free. And they say, who freed the man? The freeing of that guy, it was a compensation to Biako when they gave him that pickup. And Gregory Como is aware. Everyone is aware. The reason why Biako was complacent in changing the name to his own name, because other than fair, they got the game going. Other than fair, they got the fair cover because they were all doing it from the very top. And right now to where it has reached, I can tell you, there is no scapegoating because the Americans are aware, they know what is happening. So like
thank you.
Detroit was saying, Mr. Bwaka now is obliged to act. But I can tell you, that letter, read that letter. Read executive mansion release. It say, the executive mansion acknowledge, in fact, they refer to the situation as the matter involving DA. No, it's not matter involving DA. It's individual who were caught in the cookie jar. But the executive mansion release is sugar coating it, carefully choosing words. They didn't say scandal. They didn't say criminality. They didn't say just issue. They said matter. They use carefully selected words. So that to
Thank
tell
you.
you that everything that is happening is an orchestration by the government. It's a plain orchestration by the government intended to take us back to somewhere we should not go. And I will come back on my second segment.
Sure.
And get to another aspect of the conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly. We are joined by our brother Zigo from the Zico TV. He is with us. Our brother Isaac Sando. Mr. Sando, welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Honorable Prince, and good evening to my co-panelists. And it's a pleasure being here and discussing national issue. I mean, Prince, thank you for the platform, for affording us the chance to at least express our view on the things that matters about our country.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. So let's go straight to you. I'm very sure that you saw the communication because I saw you flagging it on your platform also. We've received this communication from the ORC officer in charge of the LDEA of his resignation. What do you make of this particular communication from the ORC? Others are saying that it is belated for the fact that from the very beginning, it was clear that his driver had interacted with this particular, $19 million transportation of drugs, the 19 understated dollars drugs. People raised that concern. It went on deaf ear. Nobody hears, the people then they're talking plenty. From the very beginning, we saw this particular LDEA boss involved in the process. I mean, at the house, going in, all of the processes. Now that it is almost at the concluding stage where our international partners are coming in, we received this communication from the ORC saying that he had to recuse himself pending the investigation, the conclusion of the investigation. Let's hear from you, sir. What do you make of this communication? Do you think it's honest? Is something that we can buy into? Is something that we can accept? And we believe that, yes, the government is working now, is a step forward to a serious investigation? But what is your take? Let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, again, thanks once more for this discussion. I mean, I think, first of all, let me first extend my thanks and appreciation to our international partners because I think with their support, we have been able to get somewhere with this drug issue. Because at the end of the day, I think if it hadn't been for our international partners, we will not be getting the kind of information we are getting today. Because I think at the end of the day, we need to register to these people that we are aware that, I mean, they are being pressured. And this is why you see we're getting the kind of result we are getting. It's not because the justice ministry is working. It's because our international partners are asking and demanding answers. You understand? So with that being established, let's just say this. From the very outset of this whole case, you can tell from the DEA boss body language, you can tell he was compromised. Let's just go back to the day that when Joseph Boakai made that charade speech in his cabinet meeting when he said anybody found liable will be prosecuted. Watch the body language of the DEA officer, of the DEA OIC, and tell me that man was not implicated. His body language alone told you that he was already caught up with his hands in the cookies jar. You understand? And we go fast forward to when they went to the Senate, and you understand, to a point where he could not even make the case for his department. Gregor Cuomo had to step in and start acting arrogant that day at the hearing. You understand? And I just think that the question I want us to ask ourselves is that how can all these people around Gregor Cuomo that are very close confidant of his be implicated and he is not implicated? But I think we are getting there because so far we are also aware that the NSA have been asked that Gregor Cuomo don't receive no more briefing regarding this case. We are getting somewhere, and this is why I'm extending my thanks and appreciation to our international partners, because with their intervention, we will get somewhere. Because at the end of the day, if we leave it up to the national police, we will not get anywhere. Look at our Capitol building today. What did we get out of that whole investigation? And you understand? And everything is coming right back to this, to the doorstep of the former of the president. You understand? Joseph Boakai and his whole entire family, his kids are implicated in this drugs case. To a point where Tata Boakai said, Jojo Boakai said that even with the mask on the man face, he know the man. If you have never interacted with these people, how can you recognize them with a mask on their faces? So I think we are getting somewhere, and it is time for us to register to the so-called people in charge that we are aware and we know what is going on. Like, for example, we know the impact that drug has on the nation. You understand? We have people that are in their own country, in the country we live in today. They are homeless because of drugs. And you understand? And I just think that it is about time. The information is way belated. And I just think that until I can see the man in jail, I think it's a charade. But again, our international partners will be there to keep their foot on the pedal, and we're getting somewhere.
Thank you so much. So let's just get this announcement. We are currently being relayed by Radio LBR that is located in Minnesota and covered the entire United States of America, including Liberia, is an online radio station. We are in partnership, trying to get in partnership with them. So, what you need to do if you are, you know, having the app is just to listen to them. You don't need to go on Facebook Live. In fact, as I speak to you, I'm also listening to it currently on the phone. All you need to do is just to, click on it, and then you are there. So the program is being relayed by Radio LBR currently, and we want to say thanks to our brother Wills Daves, who is currently, filming it live, not really live, but through his radio station, and he is currently doing that from Minnesota. So we want to say thanks to our brother. We also want to say thanks to the Maryland Radio network there. That is, they are also streaming it live on their page, and also to the Truth Lens Liberia. Truth Lens Liberia is also carrying this live on their page also. And we want to say thanks also to the Metro Media. As we speak, Metro Media is also carrying it live. So we want to say thanks to all of these stations. And we have one of our brother who is following us from Canada. He is also carrying it live on his platform also in Canada. So I want to say thank you so much. He said, Prince, don't call my name. Okay, I will not call your name, but he's carrying it live on his online platform. So I want to say thanks. Thank you so much, my brother Isaac. Let's go to our brother Crown Monk. Or like we said from the very beginning, the OIC from the very beginning of this $19.22 million underestimated drugs, he was accused that his driver was involved into this. He was even accused of transporting some of these drugs to a particular location. It was very clear. People raised the issue. And this OIC deliberately, stubbornly disrespected the Liberian people by not even giving ears to us. I don't get time for it. When it was clear that his driver, who takes direct instruction from him, used his vehicle to transport these drugs. Now that this particular communication is coming up, at this time where our international partners are involved, don't you think one will argue that it's a privilege and we must be excited? We must even hail and praise the government for the fact that people are concerned about his involvement, and at this time he is recusing himself. Don't you think that there's an opportunity for us to hail the government, that the government is doing well, and for the fact that this ORC can recuse himself, this is a step forward, and it will lead to something positive instead of demanding more? Don't you think that this is something that we should hail and praise? Are you there, Grandma? Okay. Oh, wow. I think he's okay. So if he is okay, let's see. Just bear with us while we try to bring him on. He's trying to come on. So, yeah, just bear with us while we bring him on. Okay, he's here with us. Yeah, so I'm very sure you got the question, right? Hello, Mom? All right, so I think he's having some issue with his network. We'll be able to fix that. But let's go to our brother Isaac. My brother Isaac, I will go to you while we move around. Let me just go to Detroit. So Detroit, don't you think that one will say you are demanding too much? You burn, okay, our brother is back. Mom, you are back, right? Okay, so yeah, Detroit, don't you think that one will say you are being too, demanding? The first thing is this man has already put in his recusal. He now want to be part of the investigation, so everything can go straight. Then you are still demanding that they think that small string. Don't you think that it is politics you are playing? How do you respond to that? Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself. We are not getting you. Unmute yourself.
You hearing me now?
Yes, we are getting you now.
And to the followers, once again, respect and salute. You have to share this video. Sharing is free. Prince, everything concerning the Unity Party for me is politics. No matter how you want to frame it, it's politics. They play the same nasty game concerning CDC. So let me tell people here, I claw from a different mindset. We got to play the same evil game these guys play. Because how they play and they lie on the former president concerning drugs, and tinted this man picture wrong in the international community. First of all, let me bring him. I left for Labeno to think out of the box quick. How did your question yourself? How the international partners that we pressing today, how they get involved into this situation? Why they never got involved in 19 million soccer? Let me tell you something. When I tell you people here, the Unity Party, they have been blackballed in the international community. They are terrible liars down to the president. Let me tell you something, friends. They have bad serious. They don't have credibility in Washington, D.C., especially the Trump administration. I will break things down for you like before. We other people will dive into the drug spending. I told people the drug spending is on now. They can never move their hand from the cookie jar until the president make reshare for his government, sack a lot of people from the executive branch of the government. You think America don't know that a lot of people in the executive branch of government know about the drugs? There's only sack only Liberian people. And the government society will not fall for it anymore because everybody know. Even the police RG says senior government official. So who they are the senior government official? Everything concerning the Unity Party is politics. You think how the international community or the guys running to Liberia to investigate this something? People working behind the scene. I told you something here, Prince. I said the Unity Party get dead. No, they're not nasty player. No, they were just talking because they wanted power. But now since they're stacking power, nothing working for them. You know how it happening? No. We get a shaker and mover. I told people here, Joel is a darling of the West. He's a darling of the West. You're lucky or not. He dethroned Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She was a darling woman of the West. But President, I will speak. We don't see it all here because some people behind the scene doing some things. The Unity Party are nasty. Until the president decide to sack that government official, the justice will never go away. They like to lie. Let me give you the biggest lie that the president lied. The whole Washington, D.C., they were with the president. We play video. When he went to the Oval Office, facts here, he told Donald Trump, they were talking, he said, oh, we speak good English. Remember that good English speech. He told the American president, he commit the American government about, oh, we get mineral. You know what American government here about all these things then? They want to, because we are allied to these people. Now knowing they already surveyed our land, the president went on the podium, preach and lied to Liberian people that they discovered new mineral. he need magnesium, different mineral. You know that video I'm talking about. When the American did that investigation, that news channel already came and saw Billy Lane. All the mineral the president listed were all black. Nothing tangible he listed. He commit these people. He said they discovered new minister. Please ask yourself the question. They get back over Washington, D.C. I remember they say they pay for one Trump lobby. They pay for one lobby from the GOP. You remember they were circulating one story. Why the lobby not working for them? Why the lobby not working for them? They are virtual liar. The thing here has said wrong in Washington. When I tell you these people, they are being blackballed. It's happening. The other friends here they will dive into the drug story. But my team, the drug now the drug's not a cup of tea. I always tell Liberian people now, the United Party is naked. The only thing, this is a distraction for me for now. Because they draw soccer now. Nobody talking about the bread and butter issue anymore. All the development under their store, all the Georgia development store, nothing. They don't have money. That the facts there, they don't have anything. The $1.2 billion budget they announced, they're not working for the Liberian people. So for me, they lie and they are tinted red. In the European Union, they ain't got no courage here. Arab war, they are blackballed. So the other companies could die into it. But CDC, listen, the CDC shouldn't be distracted too much on this thing. We should focus our eye on the real ball and come to these people and focus on what they will do. That I will not see the general election. That's my focus. That's what I'm here on the platform for. Nothing else.
Thank you.
We can do that just within our business.
Thank you so much. Let's get back to our brother, Ekramong. Like we're asking this particular issue with the, how you call, ORC recusal from this process. This man, it was clear that his driver transported some huge cocaine. It was very clear. He did not resign with all of the evidence that were brought forth by the public. Very clear. He did not resign. He gave a hang about that. From this particular $1 billion drug discovery, he was part of it and every other thing. Don't you think that those who are saying, like you, are saying that, oh, this thing is a charade. In fact, this recusal will not help the situation. We need more of this. We need his resignation. Don't you think that one would think that it is political, that you people are now taking it political, for the fact that you are calling for his dismissal from the position where he has recused himself? How do you respond to that? People who are saying that you guys are playing politics and you've now been real with all the recusal and you are still saying that the man should resign. How do you respond to that?
So thank you very much, Mr. Sherry. Let me first of all apologize for my technical issue. And to your question, I would like to make reference of very deep. Since President Bwaga got elected as president.
Before you go ahead, let's just welcome our brother Henry Ganio. Thank you so much, our brother Henry Ganio, for joining us. We recognize your presence and thank you for being on the platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you. Thank you. As I was saying, Mr. Sherry, since Joseph Bwaga got elected president of this is the third batch of the official leader entity. This is the third batch. The first batch got conflicted by money. They got dismissed by the president. The second batch, the head did not get dismissed, but the deputy director for administration went to Mika press briefing and said to the Liberian people that every entity agency under Joseph Numa Bwaga have people who are involved with drugs. I'm pretty sure you have that recording. Few days ago, Gregory Coleman, the director of police, went to the very mega briefing and said people at top government position are involved with this drugs issue. You want to know who is making this investigation political? It is the very United Party people and Joseph Bwaga. When the Director General of Police engaged a platform and said something, he was not under any influence. Gregory knew exactly what he was saying. Is all of the civil servants that were dismissed by Joseph Bwaga high-level government officials? Are they in any high governmental positions? So when Gregory told you high-level government official was involved, he meant that the very Biago, he himself, Gregory, the sons of the president, and other people who are in the ranks of government are involved. It is quite clearly Gregory was trying to tell us. So when the president does not dismiss those people, and we see the president going after civil servant that he did not appoint, then it is the president who is making the fight against drugs political, not the politicians. It is if the president is very sincere about this fight against drugs, there will be nothing existing in the police called Gregory Cuomo. The UK have had over 11 prime ministers in 5 years. Do you want to know how some of those prime ministers left their positions? It was based on allegations, and they resigned. Some of them recused themselves. So what about Gregory? That almost all of the people around here entangled in this drugs issue, but he cannot be entangled. He cannot recuse himself. So who is actually making this thing political? Is it the president, or it is the opposition? It is the president who is making it very political. And you will see students of Unity Party coming out to the public to say they are dismantling a drug cartel that was established by the CDC administration. Yet, up to today's date, they are yet to identify a single former official of the CDC government who is involved in this thing. Who is making it political? Is it the opposition or the government themselves? And so I think that question should be for the very president. That question should be for the president who is not governing the state directly. So when you want to make this thing political, it is the opposition role to interpret it for you and identify the political nature of it. We will not sit here and be led by Joseph Boakai and Gregory Cuomo. We understand the issue. We know exactly what they are up to. And we know that everything they are on is charade. This drug case, one thing we'll not do with this drug case is to seize our voice on it. We'll remain on this drug case till the cartel is broken. So everything they are doing to distract us, they are making a dangerous mistake. We are not distracted, and we'll remain posted on the drug case. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Brother Henry Gono is here with us. I'm very sure you've been following, the entire discussion from the very onset. It's about the communication that we received today from the ORC, that is the officer in charge of the LDEA, asking that he be granted the opportunity to recuse himself from the investigation. And others are saying, no, you can't recuse yourself. In fact, you should be off. I mean, totally off. You should be fired and, turn over to whatever body that is set up to investigate this matter instead of recusing yourself. And others are saying it's just a charade, it's a smoke screen, this thing you own that political maneuvering you guys are on in order to cover up the big hands. But what is your take on this particular communication that we've just received from the ORC? Welcome again, sir. Welcome.
Thanks very much. I want to say that this entire drug it's more like a charade, and the regime is making fun of the Liberian people. The regime is making fun of the Liberian people. This guy, there are plentiful of evidence that have tied this OIC guy, to the drug cartel, and you still have this guy parading powers, around the country. What does he mean by recuse himself? It's a joke. This guy should not even be in that position anymore. He should be fired and he should be sent to court for prosecution. The evidence they are glaring. The facts are there that even the deaf can hear it and the blind can see it. If the president is serious about his fight against drugs, that OIC should be long. I see that I saw a few hours ago when the president asked the Justice Ministry he gave them 48 hours to go and investigate activities at the level of the DEA. That is a mere joke, Prince. That is a mere joke. What is there that you are going to investigate anymore that the OIC should even recuse himself from? I don't know what's his name again. Sorry, I might be messing up on his name, but some Baji or something from the LDEA. The man, like I was following him, Martins, even though some of his things, he come to some of the things which can be lie, but there's some truth about some of what he says, right? I was following Martin's page, and I also found a press conference from the OIC at the level of LTA where he said that he has no connection whatsoever with some great pickup. There's some great pickup. That was a song of him. He said he has no connection whatsoever with this pickup. And then there was a video evidence that was released that this pickup, which is tied to the cartel, the OIC was in this pickup. He went to visit a sub office. He got that from this pickup, entered the office, came back, wrote this pickup, and left. So he's just contradicting himself. He's contradicting himself. You said you have no connection whatsoever to this pickup. You don't even know who owns it. But then you were seen on multiple occasions riding this pickup up and down. Prince, what I have to say that in any civilized society, the OIC will be gone and he will be facing prosecution as we speak. The issue of the drugs, it is fast eroding, fast eating up the fiber of our society. It is fast. I saw the other time that some apologists or another party they were posting that under the UP we have gotten 50% conviction or prosecution or arrest or bust, whatever they might call it, as compared to the CDC which have I think about 7 cases and only 3 arrests or bust they have. And you don't do your ratio like that, especially when you are discussing crimes. So why if under the CDC regime there were fewer drug issues as compared to the current Union Party regime? So if you have fewer drugs issues due to strengthened security measures, you do not expect the arrest ratio to be as same as UP that had several drugs issues around the country.
So if one would ask, right, our brother Henry, that you guys are pushing too hard, it should be one step at a time. You call for this particular guy, to be removed just like that, based on allegation, and not one would say substantive fact. You just talking about car. There may be so many cars. Don't you think that those who are raising the argument that you guys are pushing too much, you are pushing for too much, and you have an agenda to undermine the process, don't you think that they may be right? How do you respond to that?
Prince, just so you know that the issue of drugs and cartels in itself is too much. It is too much. These are powerful people. These are powerful figures we are talking about. These are hundreds of millions of dollars we're talking about. You cannot have those people close to power and you say you investigated them. It will be a charade. It's a mockery. It's a joke. These people have the potential, they have the capacity to automate any investigative process if they are still within the corridors of power. You cannot have those people in the corridors of power and say you are investigating them. It's a joke. Those people should be fired from power in handcuffs at the level of the Monrovia Central Prison while they are undergoing investigation. Well, if they are not found guilty, which I highly doubt, what the state will take care of whatever legal damages or they have caused them. But I tell you for free that with the surplus of evidence around the corridors, this guy should be nowhere around power.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Zico. My brother Zico, with this issue, others are saying that, especially the broader public that is really advocating and pushing for this issue of the drugs and for persecution and etc. Others are saying that this is too hard. You guys want to somebody will say indict before even talking about investigation. People are saying that it is unfair, that you guys are pushing, let the man resign. Now that this man has recused himself, you people should be excited. This is the beginning of the process instead of calling for his total dismissal and be forwarded for an investigation. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think it's a smoke screen. You understand? And there's a lot of loopholes in the whole recusing, him recusing himself, because at the end of the day,
let's understand why one can recuse themselves. And you understand? When one recuse themselves is why? It's because of conflict of interest. And you understand? So how can he recuse himself from the investigation, but then still want to remain in office? How does that make sense? And you understand? And I wonder if who hired him? Was it the president or the justice ministry? Should he be addressing that communication to the president or the justice ministry? You know, as these are some of the things we need to look at, and this is why I call it a smoke screen, because at the end of the day, these guys are implicated and the government is not doing nothing because they cannot investigate themselves. And this is why I'm saying thanks to our international partners, because at the end of the day, they're trying to create a smoke screen, because first of all, it's been a long time since the OIC stopped getting briefing on this investigation because he was implicated. And Gregor Como just stopped getting briefing on this investigation because he is also implicated. Joseph Boakai know, the international partners know that all these guys are implicated. But to show you how deceptive this old man can be, he playing hush-hush. But let's not be quick to forget that Joseph Boakai was the same man when he was vying to be a president. He said he would dance with the devil. Who knew what kind of devil was Joseph Boakai dancing with? It's not a surprise to me to see these kind of things happening, because one reason why I could not support a man like Joseph Boakai, I don't have no personal vendetta against him, but I just, to my common sense, this man is old, is fragile, and these young people that will serve under him would have took advantage of him. And they are taking advantage of him now. All of Joseph Boakai ministry do not coordinate. Look at what is happening between the LSE and the Ministry of Finance. Is that how a government that claim to be educated and sound supposed to be behaving? Is this what we, the Liberian people, voted for? After the tour, they had all the expertise. But I'm not surprised, because let me tell you this. Gregory Pomo is a drug dealer. And the whole time he been a police RG, he have demonstrated that he's a gangster. Look how he run the police. It's the behavior of a gangster, trying to intimidate people and see how they have been. Look, let me say, what kind of investigation have Gregor Como gone through and then come out with facts findings? The Capitol building went right in Gregor Como's hand, because we saw Gregor Como there at the Capitol building beating lawmakers, taking charge of the building while they were on ground. The Capitol building went. But again, that president, we are God beating every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I'm glad. This is a test of time that this is what Liberian people need to sit there and ask themselves, is this what we really want? Because now you can't say, oh, politics are propaganda. We all know UPS can lie. But when will we, the Liberian people, be sincere to ourselves?
Thank you. Thank you so kind. Let's go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, the same question goes to you. There are people who are saying, fire this person, fire that person, fire this one. This person is involved. Others are saying that it is political. Now, there are people who want to politicize this thing. As others continue to say, let it be depoliticized. There is no need for us to bring politics into this. Now, today, we see a communication of this man recusing himself. But there are people who are saying, no, the recusal is not sufficient. Let him be dismissed. Let this person be dismissed. Don't you think that is, as others are saying, is almost like an indictment before investigation? Don't you think you guys are pushing too hard, or the public is, they are pushing too hard? How do you respond to that, sir?
Thank you so much, Honorable Prince. You see, let me say this. The best political opposition ever in the country is CDC. Because CDC is just speaking the obvious, all right? We are not, like other panelists said, we are not the one accusing the government. We are not the one that came out to say from the executive branch to all the way to the main man, they are providing, they are involved into the drugs. We were not the one that said it. It was the same government official, it was the same UP government that said people within the executive mansion, high government official, high profile government official are involved with the drugs issue in the country. We were not the one that said it. So we are just speaking on what we see, what we hear. Okay. The police RG, he said it. We did not put it in the police RG more. All right. Now, opposition as a CDC is not the one going around creating fake news or coming out with news or like how they did it, right? Doing the CDC-led government, how the UP as an opposition did it. All right. To the extent everything in our country, they politicize it. We saw how they went to Gina Yelling, all right, and lied on government officials until they sanctioned those government officials, and then they used that. They used that to tarnish the CDC-led government. Until today, now we are seeing or we are hearing Spoon TV Network and other platforms, other people who lie on the CDC government, who lie on my girl, now are coming out to say, we lie on my girl, we lie on the CDC government. The session I was put on, and what we said, they did not do it. All right? You see, what is going on is, let me say this. Joseph Boakai just made it clear, all right, to the Liberian people, that just because you have gray hair, that doesn't mean you should be respected, or that doesn't mean you are wise. All right? The truth here is, Liberia became compromised from the day Joseph Imam Boakai said he gave order, he released Liberian to go and corrupt. He said it. It was not opposition that said it. It was not CDC that said it. It was Joseph Imam Boakai that told the Liberian people on public media, on public platform, that the UP-led government is corrupt, and he's giving them the opportunity to go and be corrupt. He said it. So from the day he said that, he compromised the country. So for them to come and say, we are being too pushing, we are being too forceful. No, we are not being forceful. We are just speaking the obvious, what they are doing, right? What they are saying. It is just what we are basing our voices on to speak that this government, right? It is not a government that said it was going to be for the people. And the reality here is, let me say this. The reason why I never trusted Joseph Imam Boakai, even before becoming president or when he became president, this was a man, they had not a Firestone, but a 4-year project. This was a man that sat down on national TV, on public radio, and told the Liberian people he knew nothing about the project that was going on in Firestone, in 4 years. You, the government, and then he said it was, how they call it, the MRU. Liberia is a major player of the MRU, and MRU is carrying on a project within Liberia. And as a president, you say you don't know about it. And if MRU is carrying on a project in Liberia, Liberia as a major player of the MRU, you must have your own funding, your own contribution. So are you telling me the Liberian government contributed to the project in 4 years, and Joseph Imam Boakai does not know about it? And after that, what did we see? After a few weeks, Joseph Imam Boakai traveled to 4 years to go inspect the project that you said you knew nothing about. So there's a government that you want me to trust. So even if Brother Prince, or to the panelists, or to the viewer, right? Even if what I want to see for the entire government to actually be dissolved, for the entire government to actually resign, but one man being sacrificed to say, okay, you know what? Like Honorable Duba, you said, or even women said, these people plan it for this particular individual, right, to be put aside to take away the attention of the Liberian people, to say this government is doing well because the government now is going after people, investigating people, or firing people, or taking people, from their position because they are being involved into this. Somebody have to be sacrificed. And that is what this government is doing, and we all are seeing it. The government is not going after people actually, right, who have been listed. His son, we want to see his son being arrested. We want to see people who are directly involved with the drugs. Now, that is not to say the man that is leaving or whatsoever is not being involved. They are all being involved. But what we are saying here is, from the executive branch, it has been made to the Liberian people that from the executive branch all the way down to the judiciary, the legislature, they are all involved into this drugs issue. Key government officials are involved into this drugs issue. If Joseph Imam Boke actually wanted to fight drugs, he could not have fired whistleblowers who were in a government, within his government. He fired them. How can someone who want to fight drugs go and fire someone who said these are the people who are involved in this drugs issue? Will you not bring that person close to you to really carry on proper investigation and things? But the president is aware of what is going on. He's part of this drugs cartel. He was using this drugs cartel money. He wanted to use it to do what he wanted to do in Liberia, because he had promised to the Liberian people that he is well connected, and the connection he was talking about, he was connected to the drugs cartel. These are the connections that he was talking about to the Liberian people, but the Liberian people did not know. And this was the reason we never advocated or we never supported Joseph Imam Boke presidency. We spoke against it, we stood against it, and today we still standing against it because the evidence is clear and Liberian people have seen and know that these were the reason we never supported this government. We never supported him as a candidate, and up to today, now he became the president.
Thank you so much. I just want to play this, right, because our brother Monk, threw light on this, and I just want to play it for the public. This is the former deputy of the LDEA that was actually, dismissed. Immediately the next day, he appeared at Mika like on Monday, and the next day, that was Tuesday, he was fired by Joseph Imam Boke. So let's listen to him while we get ready for Honorable Dobayu to come in.
So the issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society, from all sectors, I would say openly here, from the executive, the first person government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you will find somebody involved with drugs. The reason is simple. Drug is a lucrative business, so everybody want to get money. For that, you will find somebody somewhere who is involved. So when you fight these drugs, you find almost people everywhere. So your security.
Okay, so we have it right here.
Yeah.
Honorable Dobayu, you listening to the former LDEA boss who was dismissed by Mr. Boyka, and now you are seeing all of this communication coming up. Day before yesterday, we saw a long list of other officials who were suspended by the president directly. Don't you think that this is enough proof to tell you that the president is sincere in his fight, that this president will ensure that, like he said in his words, there will be no sacred cow, and the axe will fall where it will fall? Don't you think that this is a step forward, that all of us must hail this government for the fact that the government, through the office of the president, is now laying off people? Don't you think that this is sufficient enough instead of continue to demand?
Let me tell you what is sufficient. What is sufficient enough is the Liberian people are tired of the lies, deception, dishonesty. That is what is sufficient enough. What is sufficient enough is the orchestrated criminality and deceptive posture of Mr. Joe and his government. That is what is enough. What is enough is the 100,000 that Katumu Boga put on her credit card to go shopping on Shein every month. That is what is enough. What is enough is our lawmakers who take home $15,000 every month for doing nothing. That is what is enough. What is enough is to have a budget so large to feed the first family, while the vast majority of the people go hungry, go in absolute and acute destitution. That is what is enough. What is enough here is to have a government instituted by the people to be using state resources for over months. They could not deduce that car was given to Biako by the cartel. It takes the very government to use the backstage and leak the information up to Mountain, and Mountain acting like hero, or because somebody somewhere want to bring out Biako very quickly. That is what is enough. Are you telling me Mountain so sophisticated? He says in a neutral lane, he got a CC camera that is sophisticated in the entire government. So the foolishness, the mockery, the nonsense the government of Liberia is making all the Liberian people, that is what is enough. It is not our just effort, which is deeply tattooed in the DNA of nationalism and patriotism. That is not what you want to term as being enough yet. No, it's not enough. Let me tell you, when a 16 billion, so-called 16 billion case was on, the Liberian government, through the presidency, as an American, they hired Crow, an American financial expert. They came in the country. While Americans were investigating, Mr. Joe Boga was attending bring back our money protests. Even though enough efforts were made, enough pressure were exerted on ourselves by the presidency then led by President George Manuel Weah, that in the squat mind of Joe Boga wasn't enough. He went with a whole set of protests at the executive mansion where arms were displayed. Yeke and others have arms. They talk about those arms. Henry Costa. You know, so when you talk about enough, what is enough yet? When you don't know who next, you know, will be seen like a receiver of gift. They say all laser posture. So it's difficult to tell which one suffer from better each. That's what the Igbo men say in the book James for a Part written by Professor Chino Achibi. Right? So right now it is difficult for us to tell, you know, who is a cartel in a state of absolute uncertainty, in a narco state like ours, where the Colombian judge leader will make a video and accuse the son of the president. Yet the president is not moved. Nothing is moving him whatsoever to launch a probe. A serious president this time around will extract all of the executive privileges and assets from his son and say, look, go and recuse yourself. That is what a serious president would do. If Boga had done that, trust me, I would resign from the CDC and started supporting him. That would tell me that he put Liberia first. But Mr. Boga sitting there, cherry picking this missing sweeper, this missing driver, this missing wheelbarrow carrier, and you say, what is enough? Look, Prince Sherry, whether you being hypocritical or not, to even ask that question for me, it's reasonable. To look at what is happening in Liberia, to look at our country, for 2 months, government can't tell anything. Now, do you know that Bola, there's a guy called Bola who Johnny Bola. Do you know that Johnny Bola, who was later on, dismissed and nothing has happened? Do you know that his position, all the intelligence agencies within the Liberia National Police report to him, including Interpol? Do you know that that guy was responsible to put all of the just cartel members' name in the Interpol? To this point, nobody's name is in the Interpol. That's why all those cartels escaped from the country. We don't know who is involved. And you say it's enough? Prince Sharif? Who does that? What is enough here is for Boga to blind his eyes, to refuse to honor the theory of superior respondent in criminology and in the law. Gregory Kumo has recommended men to be appointed by Boga. All those he appointed, they are deemed to be criminal. And yet he's standing there. And Boga wants us to believe that he's not aware. Mr. Boga has proven his ineptitude to the zenith. He has proven, in fact, Boga, if we have a serious legislative branch of government, he should be impeached for defacing, our state. Mr. Boga should be impeached for desecrating the sacredness of the presidency, thereunto assigned to him by the Liberian people. If that country was a sound country, the legislature led by the regime speaker will at this point, come back from reset. The state cannot be in a state of turmoil. We cannot be in a narco warfare, and then we have our lawmakers say they own recess. That's on a serious country, but led by a bunch of unserious cross criminals and looters. And you say that is enough, Prince? What is enough? In fact, what is enough? You say enough. We have not protested yet. We've been giving them the space to see how responsible they are, and you talk about enough. Nothing is enough here. Liberian people, the petty man on Carriage Street is being taken to jail just for trauma door, right? Trauma door that is prescribed in the hospital. right there for headache medicine. And you talk about cocaine. Look, I hate to hear people calling that drugs. Drugs is generic. Anything can be drugs. Your paracetamol can be drugs. Your chloroquine can be drugs, right? Your ibuprofen can be drugs. What is happening in Liberia? What we are seeing is cocaine, undiluted cocaine, in street value. That's what we see in people here talking. Oh, you know, UP did propaganda. Now, what I like when Detroit, there's a technical, political difference between propaganda and lie. In a context of political reasoning, propaganda is acceptable. Propaganda is just a channel of adequate communication. Lies comes with the elements of deception, dishonesty, orchestration, manipulation, purposely designed, you know, with acute falsehood. It's different. So you know the party, they are not propagandists, they are liars, they are criminals, they are crooks. That is the issue here. So nothing is enough, Prince.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. So we have one of our panelists is on the line, one of our brother, Elton, the legend Wise, he's on the line. So I'm going to bring him on. Let's bring Elton on. Elton, welcome, my brother.
Prince, am I audible enough?
Yeah, you are very audible.
Let me say hi to you, Prince, as always, and to the rest of the panelists in studio. Beautiful conversation, and I can feel the passion because I've been watching the show pretty much from the inception until now, and it's a spirited conversation. But let me firstly acknowledge always, as I do, the fact that there will always be objective Liberians, and there will be those who are heavily in line with their political institution, and they will see nothing wrong with their political institution, for which we just speak and make some inflammatory remarks. Let me start with my brother there in Studio Wilmore, Detroit. When you say the government lied and the president lied to the United States government, you're forgetting to know who the great United States is. But the foreign minister, Sarah Pesco, did go to the United States, and she met with high up like Marco Rubio, and they discussed minerals that were discovered in Liberia. If you are aware of a little bit of nurturing education here, the United States tried to move a little bit and diversify outsourcing of minerals and stuff like that because of all the electric cars. So they found interest in countries like Liberia. Liberia have discovered that she has a cobalt and has lithium. You know, lithium is used in a lot of batteries and more so to these electric cars. So America is trying to do away with just going with China, because China is becoming a strong competitor to America in every facet of business and what have you. So America is looking into also other areas and diversify, move away from China. So that cannot be something that you say and you think somebody will not check it, because if you want to counter, you can go ahead and do your own research, but that is not a lie. The foreign minister of Liberia met with Marco Rubio, and they discussed that, and it's true that Liberia has discovered some new elements, including zinc and what have you. But let me say here, my brother, look, people will hail this government when they do right, and people condemn them when they do wrong. Like, I'm one of those who condemn them bitterly. I supported this president. I'm not a UPS, but I condemn them bitterly when they were being sinister about that LOFA project. I condemn the government bitterly when they failed miserably during that inauguration, where they like Fambule, who is running around here today trying to speak, when they messed up the entire program, the ventilation was poor, and the president almost died during that inauguration. I condemn them bitterly. When they let Amin Muda came to power and they start to steal and buy luxurious cars for themselves, I condemn this government bitterly. But equally so, when the government is doing well, we say it. And I say this to me, Liberia dealt with drug issues during Ellen Johnson's term, his government. Anybody does that? No. Liberia dealt with drugs during George Weah's government. 100 million drugs. And a brother of the first lady, Michael Duncan, he was caught with drugs in the sub-region, and Liberia had to trade one of Sierra Leone's top official for Michael Duncan. Do people forget those instances? Liberia dealt with drugs during Weah and CDC government. Can anybody here contest that? No, nobody here can contest that. 100 million drug case. Today, Liberia is dealing with drug under Joseph Boaka. And when they say major state actors are involved. I do agree with Gregory. There are people in higher ups that are involved with this drug issue today, my dear brothers, following this platform, because major state actors include people of the three branches of government: executive, legislature, judiciary, followed by whom? The security. And if our LDA boss is being investigated today, he is a major state actor. So how can somebody refute or try to refute that they are now referring to? If you say there may be other people, and somebody will say, well, if the head of or one of the heads of police is being busted, maybe the overall the IG is or huge suspect. I would say I do agree with that as an objective person, because hey, the fish start to get rattled from the head. So we will keep an eye and we hope that they all be brought to book. Look, even your former chairman, Moba Molu, a couple of days ago wrote complimenting the like of Martin Colley for being forceful with this issue to where we are today. So Liberians are fairly on a platform with Sekou Kalasco, the former aide to the president, George Weah. I said, Kalasco, this drug issue, if you like it or not, we need to fight it first as Liberian, because look, when drug is proliferation of drug in the country, it's not going to affect just family member or my friend. It's not going to affect
Please, they may have a distraction, man. In 2 minutes. They may have a distraction or what?
Fight it and get it out of our country.
Let me respond to that man. If it's something trying to say, it's distracting us.
And to all of you, I think Kalasco, think about this. CDC and UP are the two biggest parties. Undeniably, they are.
When you call it Kalasco,
forces in Liberia. So we said 2029 we go into election, and CDC wins election, and we did not fight the drug heavily today to bring it to a halt. What do you think CDC will be dealing with instead of dealing with major things like education, healthcare, and road connectivity? CDC will have to deal with drug issues in 2029. So, I say to you all here on this platform, take off your political lineage hard, put on your Liberia first, put on your patronage heart of Liberia, and let's fight first, irrespective of Baka being president, you can be in power, because tomorrow, if you all sit there, CDC come to power and we did not fight this drug, it will transcend from this government to the CDC government, and we stay after QA. So with that, I want to retire here and say thanks for always, Prince, affording me the opportunity to share my view. And I will always come on your show to share my opinion. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We have our sister on the line, Cecilia. He's one of our contributor and also our panelist. So, let's go to our sister, Cecilia, who's a regular contributor on the show. Welcome, Cici. How are you, Mama?
Fine, thank you, Prince. Hi to everyone, to all the guys.
Yeah, so we are looking at the recent, in fact, today, the communication that was sent in by the LDEA boss to recuse himself. And, we are just looking at this just issue, whether the government is serious in its fight and etc. So let's hear from you, Mama. I'm sure you've been following.
Yeah, thank you, Prince, for putting me on. Yeah, as for Diaco, from the inception of the 19.2 million, Diaco is on record that he tried to resign or recuse himself because there was information from the spokesperson of the police and Sam Collins. He even refuted that statement. He came up with a post on Facebook saying that it is a lie. Diaco resign. But then Redekoma didn't travel out of the country then. So get them following this whole drug thing. So it is not so clear that we are trying to want to leave.
Okay.
Hello, Prince.
Yeah, just hold on. Someone is on the line, so just hold on.
No. I with my grandchildren.
Yeah, just hold on. Someone. Yeah. Someone is on the line, Mama.
Yeah, take your time. I'm rushing.
Okay. Hello, Cecilia. Yeah, Cici. Hello. Oh wow. I'm sorry that. Sorry. Let me. Yeah. Hello, Cecilia.
Yeah, Prince.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Martin Colley does not live in Liberia. Martin is not a security person. He was never in a security before. So who are those people that are feeding Martin Colley with all of this information? Oh, those who want to, because first they did it with the 19.2 million, trying to divert people's mind, showing a taxi driver and a car, a black Jeep. That was all we're seeing. And Martin was even trying to draw a narrative that those people that are working at the airport were the ones who were just sitting and allowing drugs to enter the country. And that was never a public crime or question. What everyone wants to know is who are those behind the, now to this 300.70 million? Who are those people that are behind this whole drugs thing? These are the people who want to know. Bianco is just a CIC at the LDA, okay, officer in charge. He is not the one bringing in the drugs from the country. While it's true that he has been implicated, so he needs to recuse himself. So I want to applaud him for that. Whether people told him to do that, but from the initial stage, from the 19.2 million, Diaco already wanted to leave. But there were folks who were telling him that he had to stay with him. That's another thing. And again, Martin Colley, they are giving Martin the information so that he can make Diaco to look like the bad person. Because while they are trying to use Diaco to be able to scapegoat, to shield the main people that are involved within this whole drugs thing. Because we have been hearing what has been Rutgers here on Spoon talk about him, start on to talk about the VP. The VP who was mentioned, the president's son, Jojo, saying that he could recognize a drug cartel who was Max. Do you recognize somebody who you have never met before? You know that this person, you recognize the person, you recognize the person's voice. But then yet still you say you have not done any business with the people. These are the people the government needs to work to investigate. Investigate Kuhn and investigate Jojo Boyka. Because we want to get to the root of this. This is not politics. It is about Liberia. Some of us are family members who are involved, who are victims of this whole drugs thing. So we should not politicize the issue. It is not politics. The only reason why many people will be saying, oh, party and this is because this is why the United Party used to come to power. They made it to look like it was George Weah himself who was bringing in drugs, bringing Kush into Liberia. But now they have graduated from Kush now to cocaine. So Bianco should not be used as a cover up here. No. Because even Gregory Coleman was involved in bribery. When Johnny Boladin went and received $10,000, Boladin said he gave Gregory the money and Gregory took 8K and gave him 2K. Why is it that Gregory is still in charge of the police? Why is it that he hasn't recused himself from the police and gave the investigation to others? Why is it that they are not doing all of that? But now they're making everyone to believe that Biako is the mean man. No, Biako is not a mean man here. So we should not put everything on him. I would like this is my contribution. So I hope that we all will collectively, fight this issue of drugs, in our country, so that we can have a clean society free of drugs.
Thank you so much. Let's go to Ma'am Mariah. I think Ma'am Mariah is here also. Oh wow, she dropped the line. But Ma'am Mariah, if you are there, please call back. But let's go back to our people that we have on set here. And let's go to our brother Jake. My brother Jake, from the very beginning, we got this information on this whole.
Let me respond. Let's see. Please emphasize what Elton man was saying. Let me just respond a little bit on Elton.
No, I beg
because
you.
you can't hear for distraction.
Let's not go to Elton. He said his, and let's go to just what we are going to. He's listening. But from the very beginning, we were told the information is all out that when this drugs thing started, all of those who were around Gregory Coleman, I mean, like the chief of investigation, all these other people who were around him, it was very clear that. No, let's go to the line. We have Mama Mariah here. Yeah, hello? Yeah, Mama Mariah. Thank you. I'm sure you've been listening. Go ahead, Mama.
Thank you, everybody. No, Prince, Yeah, man, I made people just here with you, our children here, when they go to school and educated. God bless them. We probably said ball and fish in a market. We are not politicians. That they job we are being here, the old man and all. But true be told, the nation, the generation damaged. You're sitting here, you're simply with the people after the convention. We are told you the campaign start now. You will sit down there, you all men that caused Liberia to die in elections. The money that in the budget, according to the money that the old man is spending, the building and putting Liberians out of their home. The children come from school, they're breaking home 4, 3, 4 in the morning. While Liberians sleeping, their old man. What president is he break people home, poor people home? And their children are suffering. If you hear children are my grandchildren. But it's enough is enough. Rather come on doing it or make giant way. Why you see that president will sit down and stand up for a police director to walk into a program? Rather come on and want to do the only giant way that he can say no. The children, everybody know. The people, why you not see Liberian military go cover their faces looking like rebel there? They say they protecting president. Now see our military cover faces. Who are the people that cover in their faces that behind women for guidance? Yourself. Let me tell you something here. What you're doing is and let me tell you the picture we're looking at. They tell you see everybody running the place. They can tell people they run the place. They're not driving the people they call. They are not fleeing. In America, the people did turn it on the ground. They're fighting drug in this great country that's on the world here. That Europe, you're working for American men, saying they think for the 20-something. Watching the American people, that airport that the American people built, that the army base, Nigeria that the army base, for the Saturday night to look around, they got nothing to offer us. So the only border we're interested, the only graduate we're interested, what do y'all? People are dying for salvation, please and worry. Nigerians are refugee in their country. And you bought the money what they're playing with, what they can't care to the bank, what they can't care to the bank. That is what they claim is that people is getting people, including Eugene Francois, and they let go. Why? I want to say something else. I want just stop what you're doing. The particular election will be for long life. People are not go through school already at 74. Me and Waka will wear paper. I'm telling you, through here. People white temper. They tell us the difference between me and the first lady to know she got buy her bread. She put it her lashes because when she was young, she didn't have a good time. What a love that you see in the old men. They do old men. They did it old men. Who funded the birth for? What's from some massive fight and they died for nothing. They old men. You understand me?
Thank you, Mama Raya.
Sitting here, y'all got it. But you're not wearing trousers. Like people, let a nation come out. They tell the people, tell him, love him, Queen Johnson there. Let the people go outside. And you know, they're love the country. See, what Joe fire him for? What Joe fire him for? Why would they come and tell us, yeah, they're born from Freetown? Who they call Blanca? He's been blessed in our nation. And this is why he's saying our nation. He make us with divided. Young children are fighting among themselves. And tell you, why you see Liberian police beat students with uniform? They take the old men, they can tell students sitting down there. The people get a drone. They be lying. When they see the children, the people getting there all over the place, killing people, then we know. Because these people, they're not people to play with. Thank you. I'm watching.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama Raya. Thank you so much. So, my brother Jake, from what we are looking at, and I hope this can just be our closing statement because we're almost to the time. In fact, we're already in the time. This entire drug stuff, we saw what happened with the Coast Guard of Liberia. These people said they went on sea, ship that could not move, that had engine problem, called and said, made a distress call. Now the ship is going all around the place. They say they get oil now. I mean, they get engine oil or whatever engine thing to move the shit. Now it's going all around the place. Let's get from you, my brother. This whole drugs issue, what are
Yeah,
you anticipating?
thank you once again. Let me tell to the followers here. You don't be carried away by the Unity Party. Look, what we left for Librarians to do, those who don't know the Unity Party, let them read their playbook. Yeah, let them read the Unity Party playbook, then they will know who is the Unity Party. The party of love, destruction, the law to hold on to power. Now, Prince, they will cover up everything. Let me tell you something. And as smart as most of the people, then they put you, the students, they put you all automatic coordinate. I told you they're doing damage control. They will put up platform, they will restore it for laboratory to fall for it. We're not stupid. If a whistleblower can come on platform at the site and told the Liberian people, senior government official from the executive branch, who in the executive branch of government, that the president, the vice president, all these people are here appointed in the executive, down to the legislature, the judiciary. Now you're coming here to be listening to propagandism, Martin calling away here, Joe, to the core. What do we read? That they're all on damage control. They fall flat on their faces. Let me tell you, my concern here, they lie. The big time, I said the biggest cover in Liberian history since 1847. Let me tell you something great. We're not stupid. We live in the Western world. We follow all African politics. Listen, top government officials that died under the Unity Party. I will give you an example. The minister died, presidential minister died. If they did any investigation, you know what killed that minister today? Nobody knows. They silence everything. I mean, let me lay some premise for you. The renowned Ibadan Prince Johnson died, no autopsy. The yellow machine man died, no autopsy. They covered up everything. Let me tell you today. So we shouldn't listen to it. They were in the corridor parading when Princess Copper died from tuberculosis. The Princess Copper, a Liberian citizen just died. They implicated Joria in his government. What Joria do? He brought forensic experts there in our country. And the day after second Princess Copper, she died from tuberculosis. These are the families. And the lunacy pastor people will come and listen to. They put a spread gibberish and propaganda for years and years. They had all that suits. We can see how social media accent. The Elton they come here to come cajole. As smart as the Elton. The Elton want to let me debate one-on-one concerning Liberia. The man can be calling Kalasco and name all these people know that when you lie and move your way from power, you're in the seat now. You change the narrative. You change the country. That's a debate we are having. You know why they can't win the debate on us? Because we had a president that ruled the nation. Jordan waiting that Alexander comes in to come to power. He ruled the country. So we get him back. We can debate anybody that why they cannot stand the debate. My big question: the Unity Party not smart. They are dummy. They are the low IQ people. Let me tell you, they used to be pointing finger on the CDC. No, they are the more low quintile people in the Republic of Liberia. 3 years are going to that presidency, to that government. Nothing tangible. They already own the shadow of George. We are all Georgia project in what they're dedicating, what they're talking about. So it's not a cup of tea. They are all flat. They are all flat. Nothing shishi. I said it from the beginning. Shishi they will never take on the international community. We get cat players and we get chess players here around the world that do a dirty job against them too. You think they were nasty? They were not nasty. Their party was showing faces all around the international community. But we play the game different. Georgia will come to power. Let me tell you, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. I told 2 things before I close quick, before my fellow brothers didn't come here. The 2028 election will determine like what 2029. You are taken to the bank. I get 5-page dossier. 5 pages. I will give it to the president. You think the United Party is going to steal that election again? You think they're going to steal that election how they came to power too last? They stole the election because of the help of Prince Johnson. Fast here, a reality. I will say that before I close. Maybe the audio will soon come up. Because they're picking the bag now. 2 audio will happen in the Republic of Liberia before 2029. Samuel Coker get one damaging audio on the Unity Party, and the former president get one audio. If the audio now release, the audio that will release, the Liberian people will shake. The Unity Party, let me tell you, they not get no tangible. They are all low IQ people. We thought they knew this, they knew everything but our lie. They lied too much and tinted this man picture run to the international community. But Georgia will is starting to rebrand itself. The international community getting to know that they lie. So nothing they will have here, nothing they will get. They are liars. So you don't listen to Martin Corley then, they spoon taught them. That's the total damage control they're doing. They lie. They false flat on that faith. They'll be writing stupid pieces and for Liberian people to read. But we see beyond these pieces, then they don't read. Because all of them, they have hatred for George Weah. Embedded in that DNA. Who this charlatan? You think they're smarter than any sedition? They're smart. But the game is coming on now. You watch again, I'll be playing Liberia. It either make Liberia or it break Liberia 2029. If they believe they will carry the country back to that dark days, I will usher all sedition. They must get prepared that our country go to the dark days. They are a group of bully people. They like to bully people. They like to lie. So we got to take the game plan to them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Monk. Yeah, let's go to you, Monk. As you conclude, what would be your own take? What is your own recommendation to the Liberian people or to the government? Because from what we are seeing, it's like the government is covering up for people. So, what would be your own take to the Liberian people that are listening to you around the world? Let's hear from you as you conclude, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharif, for the opportunity. And for me personally, I have no recommendation for the government. And here is why I have no recommendation for the government. Before Joe Boakai came to the presidency, to the Unity Party had entered Joe Boakai like somebody who is a deputy Jesus, somebody who has superior governmental knowledge to solving the Liberian people problem. One of the Unity Party major campaign message was the fact that Boakai has 42 years experience in government. So, and another campaign promise that came to power is the slogan rescue. So I don't get it when I see people trying to compare Joseph Boakai government with George Weah government or with Ellen government. The brother who called and say with drugs, it is not today that we started fighting drugs in Liberia is truth. But Boakai distanced himself from almost all of the government in this country. That he is the only person who is abreast with solving Liberia issue. Boakai served under Manaseri for 12 years as vice president. Boakai told you he was a packer in the garage. He distanced himself from Manaseri for 12 years. Boakai campaigned against George Weah. You are coming to power to rescue. So do not come to this platform and try to create excuses to the Liberian people that are doing George Weah. No, we're not talking George Weah. We're not talking about Eric Johnson Seri. We are talking Joseph Boakai. The Joseph Boakai who promised the Liberian people that you will solve their problem. That everything all of the president did here, it was nothing. In fact, it was rubbish. They didn't understand what they were doing. He is the only person who understands how to do it. He can do it rightly. So when we are questioning Boakai, how dare you come to this platform and you want to compare Boakai government with other government? Don't do that. You don't do that. So on this drugs issue, the government has failed massively, Mr. Sharif. And I can say this to you for free. They thought this thing was then swept under the carpet, that the normal Liberian way that they do it, that they will say, oh, let us do that in 2 weeks, the Liberian people will get tired. This is a very big meat that are stuck in the teeth of Unity Party that no toothpick made in Liberia can easily remove. It has been almost 6 months since this investigation started, and the Liberian people have not gotten tired. What does this say to you? What
Our brother is having some technical issues, so let's go to our brother Isaac.
Prince, for some reason I can't hear you. I don't know why.
You say you're not hearing me?
But I can hear everybody else.
You say you ain't hearing me? You are not hearing me? Yeah, Isaac. You
you
go
get a
off and
problem,
come
can
back
hear
again if
Prince.
you are not hearing me. If you are not hearing me, just go off and come back.
Yeah, go come back.
Let me go come back.
Yeah. So let's go to our brother Frank as he conclude. We will wait for our brother Monk. I think he has some technical issue. Once he comes back, we'll get to him. But my brother Frank, what would be your recommendation? What would be your say? What would be your take on this entire stuff? I mean, with everything that is going on, others are saying that the government is just playing game, calling people who are not relevant, and the rest of it. What will you say to the Liberian people if you will not even recommend to the government? But what would be your take on this entire stuff as we retire today?
You see, let me be blunt here. Like my brother was saying,
So
I don't have no recommendation.
let me
Okay,
just
so
conclude.
yeah, so I think he's here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know. There is this unknown number that keep calling you direct call, and every time I call, I get disrupted.
Yeah.
It's probably they don't want me on the show and they are trying to distract me or something. So I was saying to you that the Liberian people are not letting this dross issue under the carpet. They are clear. July 27, when the celebration program was being celebrated, when the Student Unification Party staged a protest in Monrovia. In that protest, when they were parading, you could hear mothers in the street making reference to this drugs issue. You could hear petty traders, you hear paper writers making reference to this particular drugs issue. This is to tell you that they are not letting this drugs issue go. The United Party must even be grateful that the CDC and other opposition political parties are not all around the place organizing protests the day to drugs we and other people. They should be grateful that the CDC is even being diplomatic with them. You are here, Mr. Sheriff. Imagine, push this drug case back to drugs we are regime. You know what will happen to Liberia if it was we who is heading Liberia with this drugs issue and proceeding the way Waka is proceeding. But now Liberia have gone chaotic.
Yes.
I can say this for free. But these are all hungry people who came to power. Some of them could not even afford rent.
Yes.
To power, renting 2, 3, 4 duplexes and apartments all around the place. And they want to make the Liberian people appear like they are stupid. No, we are not stupid. We will remain on this drugs issue. And let me appeal to my brother who just left the platform. I will leave the drug issue. We will not leave this drugs issue. We will remain on this drugs issue. We will continue holding the government feet to the fire. The government must deliver the rescue they promised the Liberian people. They must not come here and make comparison. They must not come here and make comparison. And Bwaka is a president who is proceeding like he knows nothing. What does Joseph Bwaka know? Bwaka, when that 10 million condemonium was discovered in Foya, Bwaka told you he don't know. Bwaka told you he don't know. What does Bwaka know? And people will want to put a spin around and say, oh, the old man. Probably the people are not telling you, the Liberian people did not vote an old man. The Liberian people will not use aid to cover Bwaka. We will deal with Bwaka as the president of Liberia. We will not deal with Bwaka as the traditional head or as a chief of Liberia. Bwaka is the president. He must conduct himself and act like the president of Liberia. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff, for the opportunity. I'm free mostly at this time, and I will appreciate you having me on the platform all of the time so that we sharpen some of the contradictions and provide clear direction for our people. Thank you very much, fellow panelists, and thank you again, Mr. Sheriff, for the opportunity.
Thank you so kindly, my brother. It's always a privilege for us to have people like you, and all of your pieces are very, very, very inspirational, and they are very, thoughtful. Thank you so very kindly. Let's go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, as you conclude, like I was saying. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Isaac, you getting us now, right? Okay, fine. That's good. Yeah.
In my conclusion, right, I have no recommendation for the president of the Republic of Liberia, and that is not to say I'm turning a blind eye or a blind ear to the nation. The truth here is, why would I give a recommendation to a leader that does not listen, to a leader that they respect the same Supreme Court, a leader that they respect the Constitution of the nation? Why would this man, even if I'm giving a recommendation, why would this man honor my recommendation? This man that does not listen to Liberian people, a man that when you speak, he arrests you, a man that said, you know, the media shouldn't be used to criticize his government. Why would this man, you know, listen to my recommendation? The same people that say when we speak, they say we adore, we are reaction, we adore people. CDC adore people. Anybody that speak, in fact, anybody that speak these days, whether you are not a CDC and they say you from CDC party or you are supporter of the CDC, why would I want to give a recommendation even if I had to give? The truth here is I have no recommendation to give to a man who does not respect himself. And like our brother just said, we are not going to treat Joseph Imam Bouaka as an elderly man. We are going to treat him as the president of the Republic of Liberia. You know, those things where they'll say, oh, you know, the men are elderly men, that you're older, respect your older. These are the things that hold Liberia back. And this new generation, this 21st century or 22nd century, we are not going with that route again. Oh, that elderly man, if he knew you were old, if he knew he had dementia problem, if he knew he had schizophrenia, he was going to sit at home and mind his grandchildren than to apply for the political office of the country. And for people who say we are politicizing this drugs issue, for the people who say we should work with the president, right? For the people who say we should stop criticizing the government, let me say this. If we don't criticize the government, if we don't ask the critical question, if we don't ask the obvious questions, how are we going to be part of this drugs issue? How are we going to solve this drugs issue? How will the government find direction if we just sit down and listen and say, you know what, we have to be patriotic? No, patriotism comes from asking a critical question. Patriotism comes from asking the critical issue, looking at different dimensions of situation. And that's what we are doing, looking at different dimensions and asking the president. The truth here is we are even more patriotic. The truth here is we are even working with the government because we are not creating lies like the previous opposition did when the CDC-led government was in power. In fact, Wayman said something about Princess Cooper. When her issue happened, when opposition took it on a different dimension, and then the president at that time said, you know what, we will bring international body. We will bring international, investigator to help us. And when they brought them, the international investigator helped and they investigated the issue, and they said she died from tuberculosis. Then at that time, Unity Party and their supporter of the Unity Party, they didn't honor that investigation. They did not do it. In fact, they even told the family of Princess Cooper to get on the street to protest. And they said that investigation was compromised. That investigation, the government lied and all of those things. They didn't work with the president. They were patriotic at that time. Why would they want to come out today and come and tell us, say, we should work to bail Liberia or bail Liberia, do Liberia? How will you bail Liberia when you destroy Liberia who 4 a.m. in the morning, family sleeping, and you go 4 a.m. in the morning with bulldozer, and you break down their home? You call that development? You call that development 4 a.m. in the morning when students go to school, they come by, they have no place. Family outside, children outside sleeping in darkness on our bridges because you break down their home. You call that development, you call that patriotism, and then you say we shouldn't talk about it, we should close our mouth. Is that the kind of government you guys want to run? No, man, please. Y'all shouldn't do that to the Liberian people. Y'all shouldn't do that to us when we asking a critical question. It is the same government that implicating itself about this whole drugs issue. We are not the one that came out to say the executive branch is involved. We are not the one that came out to call the president or son name. We are not the one to come out and say, you know what, higher government officials are involved. Your IG said it. So What is wrong when we come out here to say this is what the RG said? What is wrong when we come out here to say this is what government officials said? What is wrong when we come out to say the United Party that government said the executive branch is involved? What is wrong with that? And then you say we are not patriotic, we should work together. How are we going to work together if we don't fight for our country of what is happening? At least we are not lying. We are not creating fake picture. We are not going out on the internet and bringing their body and putting it down and say this is Liberia. We are not paying people, bloggers, like even to the extent government official, this government is paying bloggers to lie about CDC, CDC. In fact, it is very unfortunate for those people who will still come out here to talk about CDC government. It was a reason you removed CDC. So now don't come out here and be talking about CDC because this government told us the moment they get to power, they will hit the ground running. 3 years now going to 4 years. You have not yet hit the ground running. You are confused running down here like cut head chicken. You are confused running down here like you gave how they call it, cocaine to something that they're not supposed to smoke and things. That's how confused you are. And that's how confused all of you people are to still come out here and still be pointing at the CDC-led government from the past when you are almost 4 years into your government. By this time, instead of you talking about CDC, right, you should be posting development that your government has done. You should be posting progress that your government has done, not to come out here and be talking about CDC. CDC is no longer in power. There's not campaign time, we will understand. So don't come out here to come and lecture us about what patriotism is. Don't come out here to come and lecture us about what we need to do to unite and stuff. No, we are even working with this unity party because we are only speaking on their lies. We are only speaking on what they come and tell us. We are not creating stories. So if anybody is more patriotic, it's us. It's the CDC, how they call it, as a political party that does not want to see this country going worldwide. And that is why we are so lenient with this government. CDC as a political party have never protested or have never come out with any protest in the country. And then you want to say we are not patriotic? You want to say we are not working with the government? How dare you say that?
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. My brother Zigo, I want to get to you on this. We are seeing everything that is happening. Drugs taken from the home of Paul King. There wasn't a single police officer that went there. Today, they say club owner is involved with the drugs. We see the whole police, they surrounded that club. One of my friends told me, he said, Prince, you know what we went down there for? He was part of the operation. He said, you know what we went there for? I said, no. He said, we went there to go destroy the camera that they had there. The how you call it? The CCTV. He said, we went to go collect that bus so we can destroy it. He said, you know how many government officials then been going to that place? Been carrying on dirty deeds. You know, Jake, I think it was you that said this thing here on the platform. That I think it was you that said it.
Yes. I said it on Friday.
Yes, on Friday. It was my man that called me today. He was part of that operation. He said, Prince, nobody was so lie to you. Why you think? He said he saw the picture of. He said we went there in full. They were going for a war. He said we went there to go destroy all of the cameras, all of the he said the CPU they had there. That's what we went for. He said that's what we went for. No, I must so fool you. He said, Prince, that's what we went for. And we got it. We collected it. We took it from there. We went to destroy evidence. He said, what we went down there for? We went to no club for somebody to go to club to go get the man and this, that to go. The man went out there. And the place will go surround the land with all kind of different army men, ERU with heavy gun. He said, Prince, you'll leave that here, finish. But Zico, let's come to you. What do you make of this? What would be your advice either to the government or to the people of Liberia with this issue of the drugs? Now you are seeing the president have, dismissed others, suspended them, told them, from that communication to go for investigation and etc. What is your take as to conclude for today?
Thank you, Prince. And for me, my advice would be to encourage with the Liberians. We should keep our feet on the pedal. We should not let this thing die down because the normal politician thinks that they believe that Liberian can only talk about things for 3 days and let it die down. And I think that we should keep our foot on the pedal. But I think it was very chemical for what his name, Wilmer or Elton, what that guy name? I mean, brother Detroit, you put the word right. The man one can cajole us. And you understand? Make this issue about CDC and Unity Party. At the end of the day, the audience will be the judge. I think CDC have demonstrated maturity in opposition. Since CDC became opposition, CDC is not the one fighting a drug case. It's Front Page Africa owned by a sedition. Is Stanton Witherspoon a sedition? Last I remember, Stanton Witherspoon brought them to power. So how can you link CDC to the whole drug saga that is going on? We focusing building our party headquarters, revamping our party. You talking about CDC and drug business? Last time I checked, they the one trying to link our government official. The last time when they find the drugs, they said Maggie lived next to the place. That was the argument. Forgetting to know they got top government official that living in a place. Why you got police providing escort for drug dealer? Then you blame me an innocent man at Maggie. Who the one playing politics? You gotta be sincere to the Liberian people. And this is why I say thank God to social media. If it were not because of social media, you and I would not be here talking 18 years. There have so many clans. Distant things that have gone on in our country on a cover, nobody know it. But for me, I'm not surprised. Mama, what kind of advice, besides advising our Liberian citizens or our Liberian brothers and sisters, what kind of advice can I give to these people? They claim they were experts. Now I knew all I think that were cajoling the Liberian people. And you understand? And I find it very laughable when a guy come here. That the thing that can beat my imagination when they guy they want to come control our thoughts. Oh, we might not make it about this, we might not make it about that. 6 years ago or 9 years ago, what was it about? You gotta be sincere to ourselves, man. Sometimes when we let the people then thought they think they're convincing us. I know what you want to do. You want to balance the show, but sometimes these guys you gotta put on. You should allow respond to him or ask him some questions. You can't. You call people that need that. They ain't got nothing to do with our personal life. You think we're supposed to succumb to that? And you think you can play our intelligence? He sounded very laughable to consider here and play CDC. Why you making a drug case about CDC? The government is failing miserably everywhere. No coordination. But you're sat here and tell us that you're the most sophisticated Liberian that are walking on the planet Earth. You understand? When we supported CDC, you said we are dummies. But people thought that when they move CDC from power, we will be hungry. Are we hungry today? You see, we still living our normal life, but because of patriotism, we choose to now go the other way. Because at the end of the day, most of our friends that are on the other side, they just want to be people's friend. We are very content with what we have. And we need to tell people the truth. To can't sit down here and be lying to yourself, you think you can join us. And let the word Detroit police. The men want to join us. And all the United Party men are so BM. Bwaka is the president of BM. Look what he did to all the men that are supporting him. Look what he did to them, and they're not BSP he used on it. So Prince and I got nothing to offer to the government. They are experts, and we see what their expertise is leading them straight down the hole with their hand in the cookies jar. And me, I will not be surprised if America can go to Venezuela and pick up the president. How hard to pick up men from that rubber? That job Benin we talking here. Me, I happy because they will not go unpunished. Let one part. My man, I'm telling you, we need to let these people know that we are aware. I know people will get picked up because this is a drug issue. If FBI already operating Liberia. What do you want to tell me? You think that Liberian investigating the trial? You think Joseph Boga they just getting you and giving you information because they want to? They are compelled to give it to us. And I can't wait. I just want to start seeing someone being arrested. On that note, Prince, I will tell you thank you for the show. That will be my 2 minutes. It was a good show.
For 1 minute quick, eh? Let me tell you, the followers shouldn't be confused. Let me tell you something. The executive mansion at Georgia renovated. Let me say something tonight. They renovated the executive mansion. They get serious CCTV everywhere. The Capitol building gets CCTV. You know what Greco Kumane went to that Capitol building? The city went to that private bar to confiscate that CCTV. They confiscate as Buffer Chimo. He asked Buffer Chimo. A Buffer Chimo can come here tonight or fanatic Kofa. Because they want to talk about the Capitol building gets CCTV. Where is the effing of the CCTV? That the people that got the first branch of government on fire. Where is the CCTV footage? Where is the CCTV footage? Where? They bury it. Let me tell you, we're not stupid yet. It gets CCTV that executive mansion get. Come that CCTV or what executive mansion. CCTV are the two places. Let me tell you something here. I said the people here can do damage control with Martin Colley. You see Henry Costa with that buffon with one stupid conversation. Georgia invited Georgia to the CIA headquarters. Let me tell you something. Probably tomorrow with Daphne our team. Tomorrow morning with Daphne our stupid that propaganda.
Sure, definitely.
Think concerning the CIA, it's classified. Georgia said. Joe can never explain it. Nobody called the president to the CIA for. Even Donald Trump are going to the CIA, going to the FBI. They are not only Joe is not the first African leader to ever call to the CIA. So you see how they can carry propaganda. He him with Kosa. Even somebody that surround the president is classified. If you leak anything from another, it's treason. They can hold you for subpoena you.
Yeah, I want to end with this, right? Fellow Liberians, let me just say thanks to all of our people who came on this Saturday. I know it's a very, very busy day. It's a family day. You know, most people who work during the weekend take the Saturday to relax. I want to say thanks to all of you. Zico, thank you so much. Especially to our brothers from Liberia, Crown Monk that joined us. You know, Henry, Ganio, thank you so much. And we hope that this will not be your first, and the last time, but that you'll continue to come here so that we can discuss. But let me say this. Why are we surprised at all of these things that is happening? When Boyka was in Lofa, he told his officials, you can go and sell drugs. You can go and do whatever you want to do. Just make sure give the people small money. And don't believe it. Let's play this video for you to hear.
Yes, it's true.
For a president to openly say that, go ahead and be corrupt. Do you know what a corruption is? Selling these illegal cocaine in Liberia and using Liberia as a transit center. That is corruption. Using the LDEA director to transport cocaine. Then at the end of the day, a rich international program in the end, he said he recused himself. That is corruption. But Joseph Numa Boyka told us, let's listen to this.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
I'll play it again. You hear what Joseph Numa Boyka said? We want to encourage those who want to be corrupt. He said we want to discourage them, but he said we want to encourage. We are encouraging you to be corrupt. When you corrupt, take some of the money and give it. Why are you surprised that somebody will give Gregory Common then $10,000? Then how you call Johnny Boladin $10,000? He took $2,000 and gave it to how you call Gregory Common. Why are you surprised that today the cartels are using money in Liberia, giving it to government officials, and they are doing the people daily work? Why are you surprised when Joseph Numa Boyka said he's encouraging his official to be corrupt? Let's play it for the second time.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
Now you understand why the people are giving card to people like
Wow.
when Joseph Newman Boyka said he's encouraging. Who told you Joseph Newman Boyka is not aware? But tomorrow will be on. And let me just tell you this while you think about it. When Joseph Newman Boyka just took over, he went to Guinea-Bissau with a plane, if you guys can remember. And according to him, he said he was going to see some of his friends to discuss. But join us tomorrow and we'll bring you more of that information. Again, my brother Frank, I want to use this open platform to say thank you so much for all you did while we were in Pennsylvania. You did exceptionally well for the convention. You know, you reduce yourself, you brought yourself down to almost like an Uber driver, taking people from the airport and bringing them,
Wow.
carrying them area. I want to say thank you so much, my brother. I really, really appreciate what you did for our people. You made the convention very successful by transporting people. And I also want to say thanks to the New York team there, you know, that was led by Sando. Thank you so much. You guys did well. I mean, it almost like you emptied the entire New York in PA. I mean, you brought people from all over, you know, and we were together. It was a nice time. I mean, it was a very wonderful time, you know, in PA. I mean, a very, yeah, I really wish for that time. And I will never miss CDC activities here just because of what we saw. You know, we saw people cooking and all, we ate together, you know, it was just a wonderful time. But I have a video that I want to show. I don't know. I want to show you this video. They dry red, and we ourselves cook the dry red. We ourselves do our own dry red. And yeah, we're eating. It was a wonderful time, man. I never want to miss the activity. We cook our dry red, man. All were eating together. Let me see. I should have it. Where is it? People, where is it? It's supposed to be right here. The thing's
Well,
supposed to be.
Prince,
Let me
I
see.
mean, thank you as well too. I mean, thanks to you and your team. TMV were well represented at the convention. And Frank, thank you, my man. Thanks for providing that I mean
Okay, that's it.
everything for our people, you know. And the convention was, I mean, it was a success. And Prince, thanks a lot, man. You did your thing. I mean, almost the team, the whole team that won the convention. You were the chairman. You the winning campaign chair. So I mean, we gotta give it up to you, my man.
Thank you.
Congratulations again once more to your team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So here is it, right? It was just a time of love. I mean, a time of unity, a time of togetherness. And all the food is here eating, and we are what's cooking. You know, that's the important thing. At the convention, what of eating a cereal food, we're blessing. Yeah, let me just give you, you know, a synopsis of what we're doing down there. It was a wonderful time. I mean, everybody eating together. We all put
Oh,
our. The
wow.
people have food there. They have real cereal food. We say,
Wow.
baby, what eat our red? You see it? We're enjoying ourselves. We cook. It wasn't easy. I mean, men. We were over 30 in our place. We all just eating. Everybody just eating.
You're
Going in,
joking.
you know, it was. I
La
mean,
Jolare, La
it was.
Jolare, we on.
No, that dry red we call dry red with luncheon meat with sardine.
You
That's the
get
food that was.
money over there, money over
Yeah,
there.
everything was there, my man. That food,
You
it was fantastic.
joking.
And all of our
Prince,
eating together. I mean,
I was somewhere, I saw the video, somebody posted it, I saw the video, I said, oh,
it
and
was
I
fantastic.
can find your location quick. I said, but
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. I mean, you know, it was just wonderful.
Okay.
We
I
cook,
tracked the man with a driver, bro.
you know, somebody when we went to the hall, when the people are bringing out 7 out here, I said, you better move for here with it. I see my real dry red with Sonny. You can't bring all the kind of cereal food, you can't bring leaf, I mean goat, or you know, you know, it was just wonderful, man. I mean, the love was just there. You know, we interacted. We no wow. Look, from what I saw, we never want to make me miss any activities of CDC. You know, it was just wonderful. And I want to say thanks to even those who follow us. I mean, on Facebook Live, all the different platforms they were there following. Want to say thanks, and to His Excellency President, I want to say thank you, Papi. You did well. To the extent that I was saying that some of the things that one of our medal, especially during the campaign time, you know, one of our medal go outside, got the noise for 2 months. They play. He say, I come for convention. That CDC here, I will be here. Oh, of course, the Norway, the Norway. You know, it was just a wonderful time. I mean, it was a wonderful time. On the football field, again, Papi say, no, I was playing. And the people say, I'm correct. I will play 90 minutes. It had 2 hours, play 2 hours, and he went to the basketball court. You know, it was just a wonderful evening.
Wow.
It was very wonderful. So I want to say thanks to all. Again, we will be here tomorrow, probably earlier than this, but join us tomorrow as we discuss. This issue of drugs is becoming very concerning. And for the executive, I mean, for Joseph Newman Boyka to be hiding people, you know, to be covering up his own son, who said he know these people, he even communicated with them. Those of you who are saying, oh, that live video down there, that video that live, the son of the president has already told us, you know, that yes, he know them, he know these people, he communicated with them, or he is in communication with them. But again, it is what it is. We want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Until we meet here again, all of you who are following from different platforms, the LBR platform that is broadcasting this live on their FM, I want to say thanks to our brother Will, and all of you, I mean all of the other platforms. Until we meet again, bye and have a God bless day from our end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.